Greetings, metalheads, and welcome to No Nonsense Metal Reviews. I'm George, and I'm back yet again with another band's You Need to Hear recommendation. Yes, it's another band. If you haven't heard this one, then you seriously need to check them out. This band in particular is one that I have been talking about quite a lot recently. I know that some of the more recent bands you need to hear recommendations that I've been doing here on the channel have been largely of death metal bands. Talked about a lot of death metal bands. But prior to that, when I was talking about bands like the brilliant Cruel Force and the excellent Vulture, these kind of Blackened Speed Thrash bands, I was also mentioning Knife quite a lot as a good comparison point, but also just another band similar to those bands that absolutely freaking rips and is essential listening for fans of speed, thrash, blackened speed thrash, but also that kind of speed metal where you get a sizable dose, sizable injection of punk and old school traditional heavy metal as well thrown into the mix. So Knife, formed in 2019, hailing from Germany, just like those mentioned bands, Vulture, Cruel Force. This is a great band. Only been around for 5-6 years, but we've got 2 brilliant full-length albums. We've also got some other EPs and singles and such, but this is a band that I'm freaking loving. So I felt like after talking about death metal bands for a few reviews, it's time to go back to the thrash and the speed and recommend a band that you freaking need to hear. Knife are excellent. And speed metal, thrash metal, blackened variants thereof with punk and heavy metal injections. It might sound a bit complicated, but actually it's really straightforward music. But they're not reinventing the wheel here at all. They're doing what plenty of other bands have done or continue to do, but they do it really, really well. So just to give you a few comparison points, if you are into bands like Hellripper, Midnight, we've got the rather brilliant Devastator here in the UK, but Cruel Force, Vulture, those kinds of bands, then you're definitely going to dig Knife. They're a bloody good band. Riff galore, it's speedy stuff with a lot of punk attitude thrown in there and no shortage of clearly, Judas Priest inspired riffs. Also a bit of Venom in there, maybe a bit of Motorhead, that good old traditional stuff. But this debut album, self-titled, released in 2021, this is a very strong debut album. Great artwork, actually, point that out. And we've got a nice line-up shot on the inside here. This is a strong debut. Clocks in around the sort of 35-minute mark, but it's 35 minutes, 12 tracks of blackened speed with all the punk and the heavy and the thrash thrown in there for good measures, and it really works. And it really, really works. I really love this one. Great riffs, great solos, great rhythms. We've got the full package there. Really good vocals. If you like the kind of vocal style that you get with bands like Hellripper, Vulture, Cruel Force, you're going to dig what Knife are doing as well. So we've got good vocals. We've got the good sort of driving drumming. We've got it all going on here. This album is really good. I've been listening to this one a lot lately. It's been on regular rotation for me. It kicks off with a cracking opening track, Behold the Horse of War, which is a real rousing track. It's a speed metal number. Great track though. I absolutely love that one. It's a really strong opening track. We also have Inside the Electric Church, which is a bit of a heavy metal anthem track. It's uplifting stuff. White Witch, Black Death, the third track, is a stunner. That's a clear album highlight. It's got that real strong kind of punk vibe there, yes, but it's just stunning. Great guitar work there. The rhythms are ominous, but it is brilliant. I absolutely love it. It's got that kind of Motorhead vibe to it as well. Black Leather Hounds, anthem, absolute speed metal anthem. Love it. Title track, or Knife, Knife, brilliant number. Love it. Short and sharp. I Am the Priest, brilliant. Other latter tracks are also brilliant, so there's no filler here. Sword Loser, Demon Wind, The Hallowed Chamber of Storms. Got an interlude piece before Possessed. It's brilliant. And actually, notice on the disc here, speed metal punk. Screaming black speed metal punk, in fact. Very fitting. And a cracking debut. Love it. Really, really strong album. So that was released in 2021. 2023 bought the follow-up album, which is equally brilliant, I have to say. This one is a little bit different, but not massively. So Heaven into Dust is the title. Again, great cover. You know, they're keeping with the Black Leather Hounds kind of aesthetics there. Lineup, I believe, is pretty much the same. Strong lineup. You know, they're all good musicians. There's no, I guess, punk style musicianship in that, you know, punk was characterized by maybe good songs but not great musicianship in general. Not the case here. Really good musicians. There's our lineup. And it's a cracking album. Yet more brilliant Knife tracks. We got Hawks of Hades kicking off the album. Night Vision, brilliant number. Heaven into Dust. Iron Scepter, brilliant. Bit of an album highlight. The actual total outright album highlight, which I absolutely love. It's such an infectious track. The riff is so catchy and memorable. With Torches They March. It's kind of got that Priest vibe to it. Black Oath and Spells, The Arson Alchemist, Phantom Devised, Realm of Violence, No Gods in the Dark. Start to finish, great. This, I've just noticed, is Napalm Records. So signed to a pretty big label, pretty renowned label for their second album. Debut being on Dying Victims Productions, rather. Now on to Napalm. That's not a bad step up. Just goes to show this is a good band. They are already on a pretty significant label there. It's a cracking album. I'm slightly less familiar with this one. Had the debut self-titled for a lot longer, but I still love this one. I've been listening to this again a lot lately. It's a brilliant one. You know, really when you just need something to headbang along to, grab a beer, just speed metal it out, then this is go-to stuff. Knife have the goods. Absolutely freaking brilliant stuff. So you've got these two cracking albums. You've also got some other releases, as I mentioned. There is a live EP which was released in 2024. I believe it's Live Leather Hounds. It's about 20 minutes long. I think that you can get vinyl version of it. Pretty hard to find, but primarily it's a digital thing. Checked that out earlier, and I was really impressed. You know, a live EP is a bit of a risky one. It's an EP for a start, so it's short. Live, got 2 albums, so that's a good set list's worth of material, but you know, it's not quite having full arsenal perhaps. But you know what? Don't worry about it. It's a freaking great live EP. I really enjoyed listening to that. I've got some great live versions of some cracking tracks. Some of the favourites like White Witch, Black Death rather. Brilliant stuff. So definitely worth checking out if you like your live speed metal. It had all the energy there. It had that kind of punk vibe to it as well. Very DIY sounding. But there's also, if you are interested in covers, there was a very cool cover of Bathory's Sacrifice that I checked out. And I think there was also Countess Bathory, great Venom classic. So there's some other decent non-album tracks to check out as well. But honestly, of all the speed metal, blackened speed metal bands out there at the minute, and there's lots of them, I have to say Knife is the one that I'm coming back to the most frequently at this time. No disrespect to any of those bands mentioned. Again, Vulture, Cruel Force, absolutely excellent bands. Hellripper, so on and so forth. But Knife, I really like what they've got going on here. I really like it. It's unique stuff, but it's not reinventing the wheel. It's not ripping anyone off. It's unique and original enough, and it's interesting enough. These albums, they're diverse enough. You've got some speedier tracks, some thrashier tracks. You've got some with those good old traditional heavy metal melodies in there. You know, they've really got it going on. Great riffs, good vocals, good drumming. The aesthetics is there. The themes are there. I like it. It's very freaking metal. So, Knife are a band you absolutely need to hear. These young Germans know how to riff, and they riff very well. So, do check out Knife. They are absolutely worth checking out. Are you already a fan? If so, what are your thoughts on this great band? What's your favourite album? Is it that excellent self-titled debut? Or is it the sophomore Heaven into Dust? It's a great album. If you're not a fan already, check them out and let me know what you think. Of course, very interested to hear thoughts and opinions of others. Thank you very much for watching this Bands You Need to Hear recommendation review. Do feel free to like, subscribe, share. The support is very much appreciated as always. Check back soon for more reviews and recommendations and ramblings of all the heavy things. Until next time, take care of yourselves, my friends. Listen to Knife and stay frickin' heavy.